Good morning, everybody. I'm not having a very good day today. Yet again, the computer is letting me down. So, again, apologies to Irene if you can't hear me. I know she struggles when I use my Facebook page on my iPad. I don't know what's wrong with it. All I can get is when I push go live, I get Anne's message yesterday. And much as I love dear Anne, I cannot exclude her off my screen and go live myself. So on Monday evening about 8:30, I commented to Brian how light it still was outside. It was very windy and rainy, as you know. It was really quite heavy, the rain. But in the twilight, the big silver beech tree at the end of the garden was just swaying gently in the wind. When we visit Louise in Australia, the nighttime darkness of the sky seems to happen at the same time every day, whatever the season of the year. 1 minute you're looking out and it's daylight, the next minute it's as black as night. When I looked out of the back bedroom window the other day as the sun was just rising above the skyline, just behind the windmill on Windmill Hill, and I could see that there were signs of new life in the countryside and in our garden as the trees, bushes and flowers are awakening after winter. Also in the field behind our house, 5 deer were grazing and playing. Well, they frolic along actually, playing a game of chase. There are often about 6 of them who appear to be hiding somewhere in the bushes at the back of Romsey Nurseries, which borders Charity Farm field behind our house. Everything looks so much more cheerful. The sun was shining, or starting to, coming up over the horizon. It was as if I'd stepped out in my PJs into daylight. Spring has not yet removed the frost or the chill from the wind, but the freshness of the day lifted my spirits. The great thing about mobile phones are that you can also be used as a camera, so a quick photo, and as it was only 5:20, I then went back to bed. Driving along Catherington Lane last week, I noticed the shrubs and apple blossom trees looking bright and beautiful, their flowers a blaze of glory. The budding trees had turned a gentle shade of green, and the daffodils along the roadside near All Saints Church, though past their best, still brought their own distinctive style of beauty. Seeing these wonderful gifts of nature made me remember yet again the ordinary things of life can be actually extraordinary. We often say, this is just another ordinary day. And I don't know about you, but my calendar often doesn't say anything. I mean, this afternoon I've got Catherington WI committee meeting, and it's great being able to see everybody on Zoom. But when you consider that all that goes into making the sun rise, the flowers open, the dew evaporate and the birds sing, there shouldn't each day be a chance to do or appreciate something wonderful. Shouldn't we just take a moment to stop and stand and stare? And in the staring, shouldn't we remember to give God the glory? The great blues guitarist Bo Diddley used to tell his audience, I thank you in advance for the great round of applause you are going to give me. So whatever the weather, so whatever the time of day, when we look at our surrounding countryside in this lovely part of England that we live, give God a great round of applause. I often need to remind myself that if we go through life expecting the worst of people or a situation, you get just that. But if we expect the best, then more often than not, people will exceed your expectations. I have many times over the last year commented on the amazing photos of things people are seeing on their walks around our area that they've been publishing on Facebook during lockdown. I mean, Liz could write her own book on birds. They're just fantastic, her photos. Linda, Karen and other people. They're beautiful, these photos. And I hope these photos will continue afterwards. But there has also been an increase in photos of showing fly tipping in our country lanes. And a big thank you to all those wonderful people who go around our village litter picking, clearing other people's rubbish. If we also all do our best, whatever that might look like, then we find ourselves rising to the occasion of living our life, not just for ourselves, but for our communities and for God. Following the death of my father when I was 5, my mum and I moved to my grandparents to live in Great Yarmouth in Norfolk. Our house was set back only one road from the seafront, with amazing views of the North Sea from the upstairs bedroom windows. And I remember walking along the seafront with my beloved grandfather, along the seawall, and my granddad would just stop when we came to a beautiful view or an amazing sight of natural beauty and say, "Now there's one for the list." Not a bucket list, but a list of blessings, an inventory, if you like, of all the things that money can't buy. It was a time to stop, stand and stare in awe and wonder. And believe you me, walking along the seafront at Great Yarmouth, the North Sea can be lovely, soft, rippling along. Other times it's big, crashing, high waves and looks really quite scary. So it's a time to praise again our Creator God. When our lives are filled with moments that we see God's hand in everything, something amazing happens. Ordinary life becomes extraordinary, and the process of life begins to nourish our souls. Sometimes the quality of light at this time of year helps us see things with new eyes. Light gives itself freely and fills every conceivable space. About 3 o'clock this morning, I looked out of the same bedroom window and it was really dark. The sky was quite black, but it was ablaze with a glory of stars shining through, the light again shining through. The light seeks nothing in return. It gives itself freely and fills all these spaces. It is not diminished in any way. Darkness cannot overcome it. So let us always look for the light to lighten our darkness and give God the big applause. I wish you all an extraordinary day. I'm now going back to do battle with Facebook on the computer to see why it doesn't want to let me publish. Have a nice day, everybody.